The U.S. Constitution, written by Lola Gomez. The U.S. Constitution, written by Lola Gomez. Focus question. What is the U.S. Constitution and why is it important? Words to know. Constitution, courts, elected, protect, representatives, Senate. Table of contents. What is the U.S. Constitution? Page 4. Creating the Constitution. Page 5. What's in the Constitution? Page 8. Changing the Constitution. Page 12. A long-lasting guide. Page 15. Glossary. Page 16. What is the U.S. Constitution? The U.S. Constitution is an important set of rules for the United States. It explains how the government works. It also helps protect the rights of all Americans. Creating the Constitution. In 1776, the 13 American colonies felt they had been treated unfairly by Great Britain. They began to call themselves the United States of America. They fought a war with Great Britain to become free. The United States won the war in 1783. After the states won the war, they needed to make a new government. They knew they didn't want to be ruled by a king again. In 1787, important people met from each state to talk about the new government. They had to decide what its parts should be and how it should work. They shared their ideas all summer and then wrote the Constitution. The states approved the Constitution, and it became the law. George Washington was elected the nation's first president. After the Constitution was written, Benjamin Franklin was asked what sort of government the United States would have. He answered, "A republic, if you can keep it." The United States is a democracy, but not a direct democracy. In a direct democracy, the people vote for laws themselves. The United States is a republic. In a republic, the people vote for leaders to represent them. Those leaders then vote to pass laws. The three branches of government. Constitution created three branches of government. The legislative branch makes laws. The Senate, the House of Representatives. The executive branch carries out laws. The president, the vice president, the cabinet. Judicial branch decides how laws can and should be used. Supreme Court, other federal courts. What's in the Constitution? The Constitution has 7 parts called articles. The first 3 articles explain how the United States government should work. It splits the government into 3 branches or parts. Those parts are the executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch. The Constitution makes the president the head of the executive branch and the nation's top leader. The president is also in charge of the armed forces. To run for president, a person must have been born in the United States. He or she also must be at least 35 years old. George Washington was the first president of the United States, and Thomas Jefferson was the third. The legislative branch is also known as Congress. Congress makes the nation's laws. It is made up of two parts, the Senate and the House of Representatives. States with more people get more representatives. Each state gets 2 senators, no matter how many people live there. Congress has many powers, including raising taxes and sending the country to war. The judicial branch watches over U.S. courts. The Supreme Court is the country's highest court. It has the final word in U.S. court cases. It also decides whether new laws follow the rules of the Constitution. In order to keep the government from becoming too strong, the Constitution splits power among 3 branches. It also splits power between the central government and the states. How can the Constitution be changed? Changing the Constitution. Who can suggest a change to the Constitution? 1. 2/3 of the members of the House and Senate, or 2. 2/3 of the states at a special meeting. Who can approve a change to the Constitution? 1. 3/4 of the state's lawmaking groups, or 2. 3/4 of the states at a special meeting. Changing the Constitution. Many people were not happy with the Constitution when it first became law. They thought it didn't do enough to protect people's freedoms and rights. The people of the Constitution can change the Constitution when they need to. These changes are called amendments. The first 10 amendments to the Constitution were passed soon after it was written. These 10 amendments are called the Bill of Rights. The First Amendment gives people the right to share news and ideas with others. It also allows people to gather together in peaceful groups. The right to practice any religion or no religion is also protected. 2 amendments are about the courts. They protect the rights of people who may have broken the law. Another amendment says that the police cannot search people's homes without a good reason. Over the years, many other amendments have been added. One of those amendments ended slavery. Other amendments gave African Americans and women the right to vote. A long-lasting guide. Not all Americans agree with everything in the Constitution, but it has served the country well. Although it's not perfect, the Constitution has lasted for more than 200 years. Hopefully, it will serve the United States for many years to come. Glossary. Constitution. A noun, page 4. A set of written rules and ideas upon which the United States laws are based. Courts. A noun, page 11. Places where the cases of law are heard. Elected. Verb. Page 6. Chosen by vote to be a member of government. Protect. Verb. Page 4. To guard or defend from harm or danger. Representatives. Noun. Page 10. People chosen to speak, vote, or otherwise act for an individual or group. Number 10. Senate. Noun. Page 10. One of the two lawmaking houses of the U.S. Congress, containing 2 representatives for each state, such a body at the state level.